Wali Dad! In a mud hut far from town lived an old grass cutter named Wali Dad. Every morning, Wali Dad cut and bundled tailed wild grass. Every afternoon, he sold it as fodder in the marketplace. Each day, he earned 30 pesa. 10 of the small coins went for food, 10 went for clothes and other needs, and 10 he saved in a clay pot under his bed. In this manner, Wali Dad lived happily for many years. One evening, Wali Dad dragged out the pot to see how much money it held. He was amazed to find that the coins had filled it to the brim.
What am I to do with all this money? I need nothing more than I have.
Wali Dad thought and thought. At last, he had an idea. The next day, Wali Dad loaded the money into a sack and carried it to the jeweler in the marketplace. He exchanged all his coin for a lovely gold bracelet. Then Wali Dad visited the home of a traveling merchant.
Do me a kindness. Tell me, in all the world, who is the noblest lady?
Without a doubt, it is the young Queen of Keistan. I often visit her palace, just a 3 days' journey east.
Oh, well, do me a kindness and give this to her next time you pass that way.
Anything else?
Oh, and give her my compliments.
What? A gold bracelet. The merchant was astonished, but he agreed to do what the rad grass cutter asked. Soon after, the merchant found himself at the palace of the Queen of Keistan. He presented the bracelet to her as a gift from Wali Dad.
What the heck? How lovely. Your friend must accept a gift. My servants will give you a camel with the finest silks.
When the merchant arrived back home, he brought the silks to the hut of Wali Dad.
Oh no, this is worse than before. What am I supposed to do with such finery?
Maybe you could give it to someone else.
Wali Dad thought for a moment.
Tell me, in all the world, who is the noblest?
It is simple. The young king of Nekabad. I will take it to his palace, which I often visit too. Just a 3 days' journey west.
The merchant was amused, but he agreed. On his next journey, he presented the silks to the king of Nekabad.
A splendid gift. In return, you must have told me my finest horses.
So the merchant brought the king's horses to Wali Dad. This gets worse and worse. What am I supposed to do with all these horses? I know. You take 2 for yourself, and take the rest to the queen.
The cycle continues as every time the queen sent a gift to Wali Dad, he gave it to the king, and every time the king sent a gift to Wali Dad, he would send it to the queen. Eventually, the queen set out to meet the sender of these gifts.
Oh no, I have brought shame on myself and all of us. What am I to do?
I feel we can do nothing.
Then the merchant headed back to the caravan. The next morning, Wali Dad rose before dawn.
Goodbye, old hut. I fear I will never see you again.
The old grass cutter started down the road, but he had not gone far when he heard a voice.
Wali Dad!
He turned and saw a radiant lady. He knew at once she was a fairy from paradise.
I am a stupid old man. Please, let me go my way. I cannot face the shame that awaits me.
No shame can come from such as you, though your clothes are poor. In your heart you are a king.
Go. The fairy touched him on his shoulder. To his amazement, he saw his rags turn to fine clothes. A jeweled turban sat on his head.
This is gonna be the best day of my life!
Return, Wali Dad. All is as it should be.
Wali Dad looked behind him. Where his hut had once stood, a splendid castle sparkled in the morning sun. Soon, a servant ran up.
Wali Dad, caravan from the east, a caravan from the west.
Coming from the east was a queen in a jeweled litter. And from the west was a king on a fine horse. Wali Dad rushed to the queen.
My dear Wali Dad, we meet at last. But who is that magnificent king?
I believe it is the king of Nekabad. Please, excuse me for a moment.
At last, I'm meet the sender of such fine gifts. But who is that beautiful queen?
I believe it is the queen of Kaista.
And so the king of Nekabad met the queen of Kaistan, and the two fell instantly in love. A few days later, their marriage took place in the palace of Wali Dad, and the celebration went on for many days. At last, Wali Dad said goodbye to his guests. Go.
The very next morning, he rose before dawn, crept quietly from the palace, and started down the road. But he had not gone far when he heard a voice.
Where are you going, Wali Dad?
He turned and again saw the pair.
Did I not tell you I'm a stupid old man? I should be grateful for all I have received, but...
Say no more. You shall have your heart's desire.
And she touched him again. So Wali Dad became once more a grass cutter, living happily in his hut for the rest of his days. And though he often warmly thought of his friends and the king and queen, he was careful never to send them another gift.